Preece, a win on the opening day for as long as I can remember. Got to be happy with that.
Yeah, look, it's nice on that first game of the season to come away with a victory. We knew when we saw the fixtures that this was going to be a really tough game. When you look at the calendar any season, when you have a look at when you're going to play Peterborough Sports, you know it's going to be a really tough game. The good team at home, very strong, and you saw probably two teams pretty much cancelling themselves out with very, very few opportunities. Obviously the surface is you know, they do a fantastic job to get water on it. The system they put in here is unbelievable that they get water on it, but you know, it's just so dry and sticky, and it's difficult. So you know, it makes the game a bit more of a battle and a fight. And you know, the pleasing thing for me was that we fought hard. We won a lot of second balls. We defended our box really well. Always looked at a threat at set pieces. You know, and the game was nip and tuck. You know, if it had been a draw, I would not have been complaining. You know, I'd have said it was a fair result. But you know, we've shown that desire to keep going and be positive. You know, we were positive with the subs that we made. We wanted to try and win the game if we could. Although a point here is always a really good point. You know, there was no doubt about the penalty. You know, they weren't moaning about the penalty. I think they were thinking there might have been something before that, but they didn't moan actually about the decision. And Mo, as he does, you know, is very calm in those situations and got the goal. And then we defended really well. I don't think they really had a decent chance. Probably Cash had a header at the far post, but Allo was putting him under massive pressure. Other than that, we saw the game out really well.
Was the way we managed the game and defended after scoring the goal particularly pleasing?
Yeah, I just think the way we defended full stop. You know, the systems that we played meant that, you know, at times, you know, there was going to be space for them on the counter, and I think that's the way it was in the first half. You know, they countered us quite a lot, but we defended those situations really well. We probably had the better of the territory and one or two opportunities in the first half, but you know, early on they had 3 or 4. We had to make 3 or 4 blocks from a set piece, which you'd expect that you've got to do that here. And then Matt has had the one save to make just before half time, a long range effort. Other than that, you know, it was they were getting their heads on the odd thing that was coming across, but they were always under massive pressure. And we often puff. We didn't create too many opportunities. The keeper didn't have a lot to do. But from a few set pieces, we looked like we might create something, and at the end, that's how we got the goal.
Do you think this could be a game that later on, or the end of this season, we'll look back on and think, do you know what, that was a really well-earned win?
Well, we look forward on it, you know, not look back at it. You know, we look forward. That's a big 3 points to come here. You know, that this is a tough place. Their record at home is phenomenal. That, you know, they've moved through the leagues on the back of a brilliant home record. They've had a good home record over the last 2 seasons. So to come here and get all 3 points, you know, gives us massive confidence going into the next one. And like you said, we haven't won the first game of the season for a while. So that always takes a bit of pressure off. You always want to get that first win of the season. And it took us, I think, 5 games last year to get a win. So look, it's great, and we're encouraged by it, but we know we've got a lot more work to do. We're gonna have to play better than what we did today. Conditions made it difficult, but I still think that we can play way better than what we did today. So, you know, it's a great 3 points for us.
I mentioned to our travelling supporters came in numbers, fantastic effort from them, and we're really going to need them next Saturday, our first home game against Hereford.
Yeah, every game we need them. You know, they make the difference. They get behind us, they support us through thick and thin, and you know, they've got a nice trip home tonight, and we will need them. You know, the games we've got coming up at home, Hereford and Scarborough, are going to be really tough game. Hereford have won 3-0. I think it's 3-0, 3-1 today against South Shields, was it? You know, look, you have a look. They've signed a few over the summer. They were very close last year. They've added to that. they're a good side. You know, they were one of the best sides that we played last year, no doubt. And the manager's done a great job. And you know, I don't know why people were talking about them. You know, you just look at the quality of last year. You look at the signings they brought in this year. You know, I expect Hereford to be right up there. So it'll be a real tough test for us. And like you say, we'll need a big crowd because Hereford come in their numbers. They'll be confident. So it's already an exciting game to look forward to so early in the season.